What a moment we have right here in the show. We have the privilege of being joined by somebody I regard as a VIP. I want to now mind you, usfaka into her international schedule because she's so busy. Upila nje all the time, but Moonchild Sanelly in the place to be. How you, Queen?
Good, and how you doing?
Hey, we are blusher, man.
No, because I really like people at all the time. Literally, just like you might as well live here. We
Might as well.
Like literally, it's my rank. Like it's wild.
And I was busy complaining when like I never see you anymore because I used to see you by my 3-4 in the morning. We were like, hey, and straight to the shots, right?
Yes,
now I hardly see you, so I'm like, guy.
I mean, the thing about it, your chases in those that you born. I'm the call center manje. I got potential for umsebenzi. I need to be an asset, not a liability.
I got you, mama. Contribute. I see you. Let's take it back in time a bit, like just for somebody that maybe needs a little bit of education around Moonchild. Was Ucula and performing something that you always wanted to, or did it just find its way to you somehow?
I didn't. I think art in general. I didn't know where I was going to go necessarily because I grew up modeling, and then I grew up touring SA as a ballroom and Latin dancer in primary school.
Right.
So art was something that was very seen at home. So I could have gone anyway. Studio. I grew up with a studio in my house.
Yeah.
So art was just something that was seen in my house. Wasn't treated like a hobby. So I literally could go anyway. That's why I studied fashion and found the mic and everything. So I think it could have gone either way, but I just chose my strongest, I guess, which was
and mad love to that. Yeah.
And then, what has been the hardest lesson that you have learned being in the industry
so far? Yeah.
That not everyone's your friend.
Yeah.
Literally protect your space.
Yeah.
Because it's a privilege for anyone to see you live your dreams anyway. You don't have to be friends with everyone.
I mean, I want to ask you this question, like, because you're somebody like that was there when the gom was popping, like you also had like an input lapo. Yindaba when there was never any stories like that we hear of, which Laba ripped me off on this song and so forth and so forth. How did you manage to get it so right when Abanya got it so wrong?
I think it's just because I was focusing on my goal, and I don't need unnecessary hype. Because I'm on a trend and then what? Burnt bridges? I don't operate that way. I'm someone who just knows how to deal and fix things without having to make noise about them because I'm focused on my goal. That thing is just going to be a distraction and probably will step on my missions in future.
Okay.
So I've never been a cloud chaser.
Okay, so are you therefore confirming that yes, it might have happened, but I didn't focus on it?
Yes, it definitely happened. I didn't focus on it.
Okay.
I focused on what the opportunities came from it, moved away, never gave it up, and that was the biggest struggle of everyone in the industry in this country. And I got my global team to come fetch my coins. So I never had words with anybody. I never got on social media. Even when they emptied my bank account, and I had malaria, I woke up to zeros in the bank. They opened a sandwich bar. They stole millions. No one knows about that because I had to wake up and figure out how to do my next. There's a lot of things. The thing about it is I know I'm money.
Sure.
And so nothing shakes me for me to act outside of character. Because when I deal with you, I'm in your face. I'm not a fearful person. I'm in your face. You know exactly where I stand with you. And I don't need clout to help me deal with you. I deal with you on my own.
Speaking about getting up,
I see you. I remember, if anything, I was conscious when I was fighting in ICU. I was like, Namang, I'd rather die. No, literally. And then I remember I had to budge, and then I budged, and so I wasn't.
I've seen her once.
Yeah.
And I didn't recognize her because she's like, hello, Spare. I'm like, oh, because now I know the eyes. I'm like, oh, hey.
I literally get to disappear in public, which is something I never foresee happening. Yeah. So now it's like I literally get to live freely without anyone even knowing when I'm in the country. I party and I'm invisible in public.
The dream.
I know.
Man.
It's wild.
No, it's amazing. I think I've heard you say so many things around maturity and just being able to manage relationships, especially Manje. You just spoke about how your European team or your international team came through and fetched your coins.
Yes.
You are now literally re-infiltrating the European market with your new sound.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
I mean, it's 18 years since I developed my sound, Future Ghetto Funk.
Yeah.
And that's the sound that got me touring before the Goms, before everything else, you know. So when now, in its magnitude, it's pretty wild because now the same way how Charlie XCX is challenging pop and is literally being seen, that's exactly what's happening. Because I remember listening to Charlie XCX back then as an alternative girl, and she was licensed to a label, the only label I ever signed to in SA. And I'm literally shaking the face of pop. I'm basically in the UK right now. I'm basically an American artist coming to South Africa and winning over South Africans on Kwaito music.
Yeah.
That's
so
what's
dope,
happening.
Man.
And so my alternative sound, which is my original sound, is really challenging pop in its form in the UK. And you find me on your MTVs now. You find me on commercial. I play on everyday radio. I'm on every station. It's pretty wild. And it's literally, you'll find me on an opera station, and the next song that follows is Big Booty, because it's that wild. It's crazy.
Wow.
Definitely wild. And we're joined here by Moonchild Sanelly, having the time of our lives. So much education. Kulera when upatualana useza. Just in case you're wondering what show you're on, it's this one.
The Gagasi Fast Lane Reality Check.
Moonchild Sanelly is who we're hanging out with right now. And I think we need to play a clip of your latest sounds. I saw this video. It dropped about 2 weeks ago out there. And I want you to tell us a bit more about it as well. Here's a small little clip of a brand new song.
I don't want no head in my house. I just want it in between my legs and between my thighs. I don't take no rules from my mouth. I just love to live on my own terms and on my own time. I don't want no head in my house. I just want it in between my legs and between my thighs. I don't take no rules from my mouth. I just love to live on my own terms and on my own time. We are 4 bad bitches who don't need no boys. We just live for fun 'cause it be our boys.
Hey, the energy, right?
Ew.
What's the song called?
Do my dance.
It reminds me of the energy of My Power. My Power, just the vibes, right?
I feel like I carry that calm energy in general. Every genre. Like, I just carry that energy. I think I carry energy.
You do?
Yeah.
And so when did the song drop?
It dropped about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's from the album that's going to be dropping 10th of Jan next year. And so it's part of the album. So all the singles I've been dropping this year and touring, I've been... Yeah, so the songs that I've been touring have just been introduced to the crowds and all the festivals I've been doing. And so this is one of the singles that is coming out of the album.
Mad love to that. So you also had some very cool stuff happening in terms of Sync, like the stuff on PlayStation. Is there any other big check stuff on the way?
I never announce. I love surprising you. I just do my things and you see the results. So, for instance, I mean, this is my second time on FIFA, and this time around it's with 2 songs. Someone said I'm probably sleeping with the bosses. I was like, but like, I am a sync queen. I've got a global sync team. So even with the album, the moment it's done, the moment the music is done, it's already given to the team to start selling before we even know what singles are going to come out when. And then they strategize the whole year. And then literally we know everything is like scheduled. Like, for instance, right now we're already selling 2025 tickets tour. It's just like a scheduled life when it's the syncs and the TV shows and all that jazz. So it's pretty wild. I don't really have control over that, but I definitely have the best team in the world because everyone is selling something from me. Like, I'm a whole branch of sales.
And where do we find you on the socials for Muntu Musha Gwen?
Moonchild Sanelly at every platform. But if you want to get to know about like my tours and stuff, you've got a visa. Moonchildsanelly.com. That's where you're gonna get details of this last tour that I'm finishing now. We leave next week. Yeah. And then end of December. Well, we basically have 3 weeks in December free, 2 weeks in last week of November free.
Driver now.
So and 2 weeks of 1 week of January, and then we're back in the UK. So it's Jolo non-existent. So find me at moonchildsanelly.com. If you want to Mac on me also, you need a visa. Catch me outside. How about that? Because bajwayele uphopa amabhodlela kodwa azange bayibona iChina. Yebo?
All I'm saying is grrr. We're going to do something very special on the other side of 5 o'clock. So normally we have Indaba, Sibe Nama Sportsy, Bese Siba again traffic. Out the traffic, we're going to do something very special. A Moonchild Sanelly weather report of a situation as a KZN tomorrow.